So how do I connect? Let's ask Tarp to explain. Good afternoon, we are Tarp. We are pleased to be with you, blending our consciousness with this now of your now time. You've asked us to be of assistance. How does Gail connect with us? I'll let us address this. Well, as you can see, first she closes her eyes, she relaxes, she clears her mind, but there is no effort in the clearing of her mind. It is like a well-exercised muscle now. As soon as she closes her eyes, it is a almost instantaneous switch over with her brainwaves, with her mode of consciousness, shall we say. Unless, of course, she hasn't channeled for some time, then it takes a little bit more focus on her part. So let us talk about that when it requires a little bit more focus on her part. In these situations, there is a very clear dialogue that happens inside her mind where she says, "Hello, Gail." This is like a sort of check-in with herself, where she's just shutting out the outside world, shutting out any extraneous thoughts. Sometimes she feels her body, so she makes a physical act to show that she has a physical body and that she is talking to the identity of this physical body. Once she has centered herself in on that, eliminating all the external data coming in from the outside world and the mind, she then says, "Hello, higher self." And usually this is quite quick, but what is happening here is there is an enlargement of her perception of self that then moves. It is not, we don't want to imply that there is a sudden bumpy shift or upward transition, but it is just a very smooth opening, if you like, of a awareness of a greater area of consciousness around her, a greater field. She is then not delineated by her physical body. It sort of enlarges and goes beyond all of that. And then she feels expanded. She feels as if her field is now occupied by her consciousness. She feels larger and able to take in more and have access to more. And this is when this is for her own practice and ritual, but she asks for beings of light, any beings of light, including us. And this is where we step in and connect. And she just checks that it is us. And we indicate with our usual head nod, shift of the head, shift of the neck. There is a trait that you are probably familiar with, she is familiar with, and this is where the connection confirmation begins. So what is happening here, more and more as she's practicing connecting with us more and more, it is more like a super simple switch. So as soon as she closes her eyes and tries to feel that field of wider consciousness, it is almost automatic. We step in and she knows by the physical body movements that it is us. She recognizes the energy. She recognizes the way it feels in her physical body. But what is actually happening here is it may feel to her and feel to you when you are trying to connect as if you were going into a sort of trance-like state. However, it's not technically a trance. It is more just a shift in consciousness that feels like it is more dreamy and relaxed, like a trance state. Here, Gail is completely relaxed. But it is, shall we say, a blending of our consciousness. The more she spends the longer the time she spends channeling, the more deeper she goes into the channeling state. We can liken this to stepping into a swimming pool, for example. Before she's channeling, you could say that she's standing outside of the swimming pool. Perhaps she has the intention to channel. We can consider that she is standing over the ladder before you take the steps down into the pool. When she closes her eyes, she takes the first step down because she has the intention to connect with us. When she says, "Hello, Gail," she's taken another 2 steps down into the swimming pool. When she asks to feel her higher self, she is halfway down into the swimming pool. And when we connect with her, she is, we would say, all the way up to her neck in the water. So this is how we would like to describe the blending of her consciousness with our consciousness, which implies that at any given time, she is able to remember her physical identity and her normal waking state, and she can return to that anytime she likes. However, the longer she channels with us in a particular session, the more deeper she goes into the water. However, she is free at any time to lift herself out of the water and back into her earth world that she is familiar with in her everyday experience. This is what is happening here. We offer you our unconditional love. Thank you. Thank you for listening. If you like this content, please feel free to like and subscribe the video. Also, if you have a question you'd like me to ask TARP, you can write it in the comments below, or any questions or comments for me. Thank you.